Let's multiply these two fractions. Now we've got 2/3 times 4/7. To multiply fractions, you just multiply straight across. So we're going to take 2 times 4 over 3 times 7. So we're going to get 8 over 21. So let's claim that as our solution. 8 over 21. In problem 8, we're going to multiply these two numbers, 10 and 1/10. Now I'm going to see that 10 like this. 10 I can really write as 10 over 1. Do you agree? 10 is 10 over 1. So when I'm multiplying and dealing with fractions, I like everything to be fractions. So I'm going to rewrite this problem now as 10 over 1 times 1 over 10. Now there's two ways to look at this. I could just multiply tops together, 10 times 1 over 1 times 10, getting 10 over 10, which is 1. Or I could just cancel right from the outset. So I could do this. That 10 will go into 10 once. I get a 1 and a 1, right? Just you're reducing. So 10 into 10 will go once, 10 into 10 will go once. Then I get 1 times 1, which is 1, over 1 times 1, which is 1. So I just get 1 out of this. So sometimes if you cancel first, it makes the numbers a little easier to deal with. Problem number 9 asks us to expand and multiply. Now by expand, what they mean is this. We're going to write that 1/3 cubed as 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3 times 1/3. So the 1/3 appears in a multiplication 3 times. That's what it means to expand. Now let's multiply. So to multiply, I see nothing common between the numerators and denominators, the tops and the bottoms. So I'm just going to multiply this straight across. So I'm going to write this as 1 times 1 times 1 over 3 times 3 times 3. Now this is a step you probably don't need to actually write. You can just see it. And what are you going to get? 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 3 times 3 is 9. Times 3 again is 27. So let's write 1 over 27 as our answer. Problem number 10 asks us to perform this multiplication, 4/5 times 2/5 times 2/5. Now, when I look at this carefully, I look for numbers on the top that are common to numbers in the bottom. There's nothing common between 4s and 2s and 5s, so I can't do any cancellation first. So the only thing I can do here is just multiply straight across. So it's going to look like this. 4 times 2 times 2 over 5 times 5 times 5. Now, 4 times 2, right here, right? 4 times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, over 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 again is 125. If you're not sure, use your calculator. So I'm going to claim that this answer is 16 over 125. Here in number 11, we're going to multiply 5/7 and 7/5 together, and notice that these two numbers are reciprocals. And notice what happens when you multiply reciprocals. Now, there's two ways to do this. We could multiply the tops together and then see if we can reduce, or we can cancel first. So suppose we did it the long way, and we multiplied the tops together. We'll get 5 times 7 over 7 times 5, which is 35 over 35, which is fine, and that gives us 1. Okay, that's one way to do it. Or you can just cancel first. 5 over 7 times 7 over 5, and what you're left with is, okay, the 5s will cancel, right? 5 into 5 is once, 5 into 5 is once. The 7s cancel, that is 7 into 7 is once, 7 into 7 is once, and then you're left with 1 times 1 over 1 times 1, which is 1. So either way you do this, you come out with 1.